Weather forecasts, how we learned to predict the sky. Few daily rituals are as universal, or as casually taken for granted, as checking the weather forecast. Whether it is a glance at a phone app, a map on the evening news, or a brief comment before leaving the house, weather predictions quietly shape modern life. Yet behind the familiar symbols of sun, cloud, and rain lies a long scientific story, one that blends observation, mathematics, technology, and a deep respect for uncertainty. For most of human history, weather forecasting was based on experience rather than science. Farmers read the sky, sailors watched the wind, and communities passed down proverbs linking animal behavior or cloud shapes to coming storms. These methods were often surprisingly insightful, but they were also local and limited. A truly systematic understanding of weather only became possible in the 19th century, with the rise of modern science and communication. In Britain, the development of weather forecasting is closely linked to maritime safety. Storms in the Atlantic caused countless shipwrecks, prompting the need for early warning systems. This led to the establishment of institutions such as the Met Office, which began collecting data from across the country. By combining measurements of air pressure, temperature, wind, and rainfall, scientists could start to see weather not as isolated events, but as large, moving systems. The real revolution came with the understanding that weather follows physical laws. The atmosphere behaves like a fluid, governed by equations describing motion, heat, and pressure. However, these equations are incredibly complex. Even small changes in one part of the system can lead to very different outcomes elsewhere, a phenomenon known as chaos. This is why weather forecasts are never perfectly certain, even with advanced technology. Today, modern forecasting relies heavily on computers. Supercomputers process enormous amounts of data collected from satellites, radar stations, weather balloons, aircraft, and ocean buoys. These machines run numerical weather models, simulating how the atmosphere is likely to evolve over hours and days. The result is not a single prediction, but a range of possible outcomes. Forecasters then interpret these results, combining scientific output with human judgment. In the UK, weather forecasts are more than casual conversation, they are a cultural feature. British weather is famously changeable, shaped by the meeting of warm Atlantic air and cooler continental systems. This unpredictability has made forecasting both essential and challenging. Media outlets such as BBC Weather translate complex data into accessible information, helping the public decide what to wear, how to travel, or whether to cancel outdoor plans. Beyond daily convenience, weather forecasts play a critical role in safety and economics. Accurate predictions can prevent loss of life during storms, floods, and heat waves. Farmers depend on forecasts to plan planting and harvesting. Airlines, shipping companies, and energy providers rely on weather data to operate efficiently. In this sense, forecasting is not just about comfort, but about resilience. In recent years, climate change has added a new layer of urgency to weather science. As extreme events become more frequent, the distinction between weather and climate is often blurred in public debate. Weather refers to short-term conditions, climate describes long-term patterns. Yet understanding one helps interpret the other. Improved forecasting allows scientists to identify unusual events more clearly and assess how a warming world is altering atmospheric behavior. Despite all technological advances, uncertainty remains central to forecasting. A 5-day forecast is generally reliable, a 10-day forecast is more speculative. This is not a failure of science, but a reflection of the atmosphere's complexity. Modern forecasters increasingly communicate probability rather than certainty, using phrases like a high chance of rain instead of absolute statements. In many ways, weather forecasting reflects humanity's broader relationship with nature. We cannot control the sky, but we can observe it, model it, and prepare for what it may bring. Each forecast is a reminder of both scientific progress and natural limits. So the next time you check the weather, it is worth remembering that you are not just seeing tomorrow's rain or sunshine. You are looking at the outcome of centuries of curiosity, collaboration, and calculation, an ongoing effort to understand the moving, restless atmosphere above our heads.